Let me get my glasses on so I can see. Ooh, I had to put some medicine on this rash I got. I don't get what's up with that. Must have got into some itchy weed. But man, it's driving me nuts. It's not fun. All right, let me see what's going on here. I got a ton of stuff I got to go through, guys, but the one being is I hate doing unboxings, but I'm going to do some unboxings today of some packages and whatnot. What's up, Gnarly 20? Nah, fish aren't in pre-spawn just yet. They're getting there. They're getting there. Okay, first things first. I got some split rings. I got to get them into my little split ring box here. And while I'm doing that, I just got to say, welcome back, fishing friends, to the worldwide headquarters of the Pinhook Fishing Club. We're here on this live Saturday evening doing what these recommendations that YouTube is always sending me. Go live. Do this, do that. So, they're not too bad. I have fun doing them. Oh, what's going on here, man? This is crazy. I mean, I just have to cut this thing open. Jeez Louise. For crying out loud, it's like welded shut. All right, well, we'll talk some baits, and I should have a video dropping here pretty soon. Maybe it's tomorrow, I think. All right, so what am I doing? I'm pouring the split rings into the container. For a minute there, I forgot I was recording. Or not recording, but was live. Okay, the reason I'm doing that is because I got to get some split rings on some lures. On a couple of Smithwicks I'm going to be testing out and throwing. And they're both just banged up and in bad shape. So let me dig out a couple of split rings. And of course I can't do that because I got fat fingers. Oh, guys, I got to tell you. Hey, the lard report. The weekly lard report. The lard report, I've been losing some weight. So things are going pretty good. I just got to keep it up. Down a few more pounds. So things are going well. All right, split ring pliers. Open up the split ring. There we go. I don't know if this thing will focus or not. Okay, so I got the shorter Smithwick Rogue. Attaching the split ring. I got my fishing videos going on in the background there. I don't mind having the commercials go because that's revenue building. Okay, this one's done. Let's put him back in there. The other split ring. No pre-spawn yet. We're getting close. Actually, we're kind of far away. 60-degree temperatures usually is for spawning, and then pre-spawn is anything leading up to that 50s on the way up. What was that? Pre-spawn, I think, is more like 55 to right up until 60. They start moving in. Anything over 50, really, they start getting back into normal mode. All right, sorry, guys. I'm fiddling with another split ring. Putting it on this because these are going to be fished maybe tomorrow. I'm going to go to a lake tomorrow that housed one of the classics. Man, I don't know if this thing's sticky or the paint's coming off. This thing's so old. It's a vintage Rogue suspending, or no, a floater. Eesh. All right, one more thing I got to show you guys. Let me get this thing out of the way. Sorry about that. Let me get the camera set here. This one, I got this Perfect 10 a couple days ago. This Smithwick Perfect 10. This thing is just legit. So it suspends, you get it down. I wouldn't get it all the way down to 10 feet. I get it down to about 7, crank it down. And then when you let it go, you just stop. It's just gonna drift, just sit there. Suspend, and with the fish being lethargic, then what they'll do is they'll see it and just come up and just crush it. I don't need to put any of the little dots on the side. This is like a, what is this, a golden shiner? But I don't know, I may do that anyway. Because it's got the little red area right there, and that's what they're gonna look at. If it's moving, or even it's suspended, they're just gonna home in on that and just crush that. So the other thing is when it's sitting still, I'll just wiggle the rod tip. It'll cause it just to roll just a little bit, or I'll pull it through. I won't even crank, just to give it a little bit of movement. But man, that's an awesome color. This is one of the ones that Frank Scalish had put his seal of approval on, because he designed the colors. Look at the gut bag down there, nice and white, and then it kind of fades into transparent. So what he does is when he gets the color scheme all sorted out, then he'll paint them, and then he'll set up a paint by numbers for the people in the factory to do it the right way. All right, let me get this down here. What is this? Huh. Interesting. Anyway, all right, let me get this. I don't need any more split rings. We'll get this out of the way. But I do want to show you something that I got for, I'm going to try definitely get down to the Texas coast and do some fishing with my uncle down there. And this is going to be a gift to him. It's a Long A Bomber saltwater edition. It's got a super hard body, so it can handle anything from shark bites to any of the heavier fish, redfish. And check out those hooks. And this is kind of like, silver black flake. Supposed to be kind of like a mullet. I ordered some other ones, but definitely going to give that to him. Let me get this one out of the way. Oops. Let me get this thing out of the way. And I got to show you guys something else. I got this a couple days in the mail. I might have shown this the other day. Let me get this thing out of there. Bill Dance. Man, this thing's just beat up on this side. I got this one on eBay. Both sides are just kind of gnarled up. But it's a suspending, fat-free. Look how good that looks. And so this one, once you crank it down to depth and you just let it go, it's just going to suspend. Same thing like you did with that other one I just showed you. Just twitch it a little. Anything lethargic or anything lazy, it'll give them a chance just to come up and just crush it. So I've been trying to track these down on eBay because I really like them, the suspending ones. But it does have some bite marks on there. Man, but this is a perfect color right here, that citrus. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that. That one's cool. All right. Let's get to some of these packages I got. Oh, yeah, guys. Hey, the other thing is, thanks for... wow, this one was weird. This one's already sort of open. But this little guy right here is probably the world's best. It claims it's the world's best braided line cutter. It'll cut anything real close. So I've got one on the tackle bag, but I need to keep one because a lot of time in here, because a lot of times when I'm working on respooling or things like that, I want to be able to have one here. And there it is. Tuck it in, it closes. Tuck it out, push it out, it's there. Not that my handy dandy Swiss Army knife isn't getting the job done, but this, you know, this thing's pretty cool. So we'll keep this guy. I'll hang him right over here somewhere. I'll put him right there. All right. So if you need something to cut line with, especially braid, get this on Amazon. I don't know how much it is. $8, $9, something like that. Okay, what else did I get? Some other package here. This is another eBay. Oh, whew. Smells like cigarettes. Jeez Louise. Holy cow. Man, oh man, I'm going to have to get something here to... Whew. Jeez. There we go. This is a Bomber Bushwhacker. It's a little bent. But other than that, it's in good shape, man. Just a little bent right there. It's got that old living skirt on there. This thing will hang back and just... I love the Colorado blades. His eyes are going to be super vigilant. I'm always looking to be on the lookout for these too. But I did get some other crankbaits in. I think, or excuse me, spinner baits. I think that's what these are here. Let's go. Oh yeah. Jig foots with the closed eye. I love having these closed eyes. A lot of people don't like them because it affects how the lure rotates, but I never have that problem. And there's some good color on it. Look at that, check that out. And it's got the double willow. Man. Let's get this guy out. Is it stapled in there? Nope. There we go. So Jigfoot lures. Oh, check that out. He's got a nice little set of beads right there to separate. Heck yeah. These are going to be epic. Good stuff. So they were a great price. I got 6 of them for, I think it was $20. So I got 6 of these. Gonna make some room here. Yep. Man, these are all good. And then, ooh, check these out. Oh man, these are gonna be so legit. This black and purple. I love throwing black because it works in any kind of water. I know a lot of people throw it in murky water, but I have a lot of luck with it in clear water too. Check that out. That skirt out, man. It's silicone, kind of generic, but when it, ooh, did I get myself there? Almost. But if it's in the water, that's gonna look good. Same thing, check out these double Colorados right there. Closed eye, man, you can't beat that. So I got a whole bunch of these. He sells them 6 at a time, so I don't mind buying that many. All right, guys, I gotta make some room here. Oh, let me scooch over. The other thing I got were these guys right here. Can you see that? Wriggle Stick by Duo Realis. Man, Duo Realis has got some of the best jerk baits out there. Look at this black. Man, this is good. And it's scented too. So it's like a little sausage. Got them green pumpkin and black. And that thing will just flutter down if you rig it, Texas rig it. Flutter down all the way down. Or you can you can do it like a Ned rig. You can set it up on like a little football head right here and fire it out there and just bounce it along. So I got a couple of these. And then these little Great Lakes finesse craws. They're in like a sort of a clamshell, but it looks like they got banged around in here. These little snack craws, I really like using the Smalley Beaver for my trailers on a lot of stuff, or I'll snip a little exo stick. But this little snack craw works great on like those Beast Coast jigs. In fact, I got a video coming out where on the Beast Coast open water sniper, I catch a nice bass on it. But look, it's just a little snack craw. Anyway, so I got a couple of these Great Lakes finesse. This is LureNet, where I get all my bomber stuff from. Added these guys to their fleet. Then let me show you this. These I'm not going to take out because they're marinating in my Procure, but these are a great little trailer. And I got some little bitty ones that are perfect for crappies, like if you're doing a beetle spin, just to change things up. But I'm always going to use my little hair jigs. But these will work out nice. Man, some good stuff right there from the famous Eufaula, Alabama. I put 2 packs together, this chartreuse, and then I put the white ones in there. Good stuff. All right, guys, I got to move some stuff around here, so I'm going to jump up and get out of the way real fast. Spinners, I'm going to put this little container here. Check out that color. Oh yeah, we'll be testing those out here pretty soon. It's good stuff right there. Look at that. Different links. Man, I'm gonna put those in the, I gotta update some stuff for tomorrow's fishing adventure. So I'm gonna put those in there. And I'm probably I need to add that. Check out this guy. Man, this is good stuff. He's going in a different box I've got. But I need to add a suspending bomber fat-free shad into my stuff for tomorrow. All right, guys, I'll moving around one more time. Then I'll be all set. Too much stuff. Put you there, put you over here. Drop you 2 here. That guy there. Oh. These guys in here. So, I got a bag of stuff for my uncle. I'm giving him some spinners and some topwater stuff when I get down there to the coast. All right, we're just about set. That's a great thing about doing stuff live. If you're trying to track stuff down, it may take you a minute or two to find it. Let me get this guy in here. Oh yeah, he'll fit. I highly recommend picking up one of these little Plano things to hold your spinners in. I need to get another one. It's good stuff. Or one of the big 3700s, but this works pretty good. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Let's get some stuff rolling here. Got to tie a few more. Let me move this. I need this from down here. Checking to see if I got my feathers. Are we going to tie those little ones? We almost got these finished off, guys. Just a few more. Let's get this thing ready to go. Man, I've been having some real trouble with this Zap-A-Gap. Anyway, let's get to it. Boy, how many did we crank out the other night? Like 20 of them? And these have been tricky to do. They're so little. All right, so I've got some more lures and stuff on order. I got some from Arky. Honestly, they should have made it here already, coming from Arkansas. So I'm kind of wondering what happened. And then I got some other stuff from LureNet that should have made it here. I was wondering what all that chirping was. It's my fishing video going on in the background there. I can hear the birds chirping away. Let's get this guy over here. All right, so we're going to tie a few more of these and then we'll be all set. Let's get to it. What are we going to do? Feathers from the farm? Why don't you guys pick? You want feathers from the farm? You want the marabou? Let's do some of this marabou. And then we'll do, we'll combine it with this purple crap. Am I going to have to rethread this stupid thing again here? Jeez Louise. What is up with that thing getting stuck? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got the ceiling fan on. How is this going to work out? Well, I think the other night with the ceiling fan on, I didn't have any issues. Check this out. This is going to go right on there. Perfect. Let's get this guy cinched down. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right, let's get our flash and we're good to go. All right, guys, so we're getting ready for March Madness. You're going to do a bracket this year? I'm going to do one. And then I fill one out for my dad. And the thing is, my dad was just clutch last year. I filled it out. I mean, I did the technical stuff on the website, but he told me which teams he wanted. And he finished in the top percentile. I mean, he remember how crazy it was last year and all those teams? It was just everybody's brackets just got wrecked in the first round. He did fine. He wasn't making like dumb picks or anything. He was making like legit picks. And he actually did the sheet of integrity, which was a big deal. If you ever watch Greeny and Golick, they always had a thing like that. The sheet of integrity was just one sheet you had to go by. And but you could enter that if you were in different March Madness pools, you could enter, but you had to use those same teams. So you were still using that sheet of integrity. I messed this one up. Fat fingers, guys. Fat fingers. Come on. There we go. Anyway, so he did really well, but I tried to do the sheet of integrity for about 15 years, and it was tough, you know. I mean, it was a challenge, but, you know, I'd always, I mean, I wouldn't do terrible, but just, all right, this one is just sick right here. I did a great job with him. Yep. Dialed in, that's for sure. But you know, oh, what's up, bull market, by the way? Hopefully you're going to have a great weekend, or it's off to a great start. But you know, the thing is with the sheet of integrity, I did that for 10 years, and I was like, man, I'm done with this. So then I switched to just what everybody does. I did like 5 different brackets, piled them in there, and just let it ride and see how it would go. And of course, sorry guys, I'm just trying to adjust this. I always forget I need to get that out of the way because you guys can't see anything. So the sheet of integrity, that's a thing in the past. But I mean, honestly, this year, I think it's going to be wide open again. There used to be an old boy up to church that could pick them every year. Did he drive a Ford LTD by chance? I think I'm going to do a women's bracket this year because you know I'm going to be picking the Hawkeyes with Caitlin Clark. She set the record of all-time score, and of course, people were trying to hate on her and this and that. Come on. She's just a college student. Just let her have her moment. Golly, there's no reason just to rip on her. Just because of jealousy and people that don't like Iowa and whatever, or they don't like her. Come on, just give it up. There we go. Had to restring that. Yeah, so that's going to be the plan for this year. I'm going to do my 10 sheets, put them in there. I always do the ESPN ones. I used to do like different ones, different networks, but anymore it's just easier to do it via ESPN. But man, it's going to be so wide open. I mean, Texas Tech even has a chance to be a dark sleeper in there. And they knocked off Kansas the other night by like 29 points. So it really, what it is, it's a team that gets hot and makes a good run for it. It really is what it comes down to, if you can handle the pressure. But I don't even know if the Iowa Hawkeyes are going to get in there. I'm starting to think they may not. They've been struggling. Florida, I don't know if they're going to get in there. Texas Tech's got to be in there. They got some quality wins over big schools. I think they played Iowa State today. I don't know if they won or not. If anybody knows, let me know. Iowa State's a good ball club. Iowa State probably beat them, but I'm hoping Texas Tech got the win. There we go. I think they were playing Iowa State today. I can't check on my phone because my phone is right there with you guys. Hey, guess what? We're cooperating with the ceiling fan. We're not getting any stuff blowing around with this Marabou. All right, guys. So there's a video I think is going to drop here pretty soon. I don't know when it's scheduled. But I was testing one of my little bass jigs like this, but the bigger size that I'd made. And had a very interesting catch. Never in my mind would ever think that fish would ever hit I call it a bucktail jig, but really, I think that was one of the craft hair ones. Never in a million years would I ever think of this species of fish would have hit that thing. So, oh my gosh, I botched this. Come on, dang it. How did I mess that up? Oh, jeez, Louise, no. Sticky fingers, man, sticky fingers. We're going to have to do some surgery here to fix this. Come on. There we go. There we go. Anyway, so start thinking about getting your brackets ready. Should I do one for the Pinhook Fishing Club? Set up a little group for us. The other thing, another group that's getting fired up, I think I'm in that fantasy fishing for the Bassmasters. And I think they started this weekend. I've been so stinking busy, I hadn't even had a chance to even check that. This one, little trimming, but this one's going to look good. All right, guys, 2 in a row. Excellent stuff. Remember, these are the little tiny ones. All right, let's keep cranking them out. Yeah, today was really a bad day to get out because that cold front started blowing through yesterday evening. And then the temperature went from like the high 50s down into the 30s. And when I left this morning to get out on the water, I knew it was just going to be wrecked because we were already having like gusts of 20 miles an hour, sustained winds like 10 to 12. And I was thinking, dang, this isn't going to work today. And it didn't, but I tried to salvage what I could. I just, it's so much fun to get out there, you know, even if the weather's going to be bad, I try to make it work. That's probably why my voice is all raspy, because I was sucking wind all day. Man, it was rough. Went to 2 different spots. Crazy stuff. So tomorrow, like I was saying, I'm going to head back to where, down here in Texas, one of the Bassmaster Classics was held. I'm not going to reveal which one until I get out there tomorrow. I may do a live stream. The problem is, this spot where I go to, there's a bunch of campers, and if people are camped in there, it's gonna suck, because the spot I go to off this point can have a lot of people there. But with that cold weather, I don't know, maybe like right now we're sitting like at 35. So all day today, the wind was just whipping and howling out there. And I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. I can't wait for the pre-spawn to start, and that's in a couple of weeks. Actually, probably mid-March, the way things are looking now. And see here, fish can start spawning anywhere from February, or they can, and then even as late as May or June, like the first week of June. And that's when up north, most of the fish are starting to spawn. Is I see you right there. Come on. I guess up north in Iowa, Wisconsin, they're starting to wrap up their spawn the second week of June. I remember catching pike at the end of May that were all red, gilled and flared up. They were all fired up for spawning. There we go, I got it. So that's something to think about there. But here we should be getting, what was that? I heard in my own fishing video, I hear squawking in the background, and it was like, is that me? There we go. Check out this one. Deadly, guys, deadly. It's that marabou. Chomping at the bit, that's for sure, to get out there and do some fishing. For pre-spawn and spawn. I saw a guy today that looked at me, they thought I was crazy because the wind was howling and it was cold. And I was setting up down there to fish. That camo hoodie I've got is from Drake. And Drake Outdoors or whatever their thing is. So it's insulated. And then I was just wearing like my fishing cargo pants and my fishing boots. So I wasn't cold, but I messed up, guys. I messed up. Gosh. Yep, I sure did. I forgot to put the base down. And then I was trying to weasel it around. And that didn't work. There we go. Anyway, so I was all geared up and yeah, it was warm. I wasn't cold or anything. Dang it. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, so this guy, he was with his wife and they got out to walk the dog, right? And a couple of dogs, and I could tell she wanted no part of it. She put her hood up and she just didn't want to be out there. And he kept walking the dog because he was trying to figure out what the heck I was doing, getting all geared up to go fishing. And so I waved at him, and then he knew he got caught staring, so then he just waved and, and then he kept going. And then she walked for about maybe 20 yards, turned around and got back in their SUV, and he kept walking the dog. And I was just sitting there thinking, man, typical stuff right there. Gotta be tough. Gotta be tough. Yeah, I wonder how come I didn't do a live stream out there. Maybe because the wind was blowing so hard. It's supposed to be really nice tomorrow. It'll be like in the low 50s, but it'll be nice. Now, sometimes I don't mind if there's some wind and a bit of chop, because what that does is that pushes like the krill and that zooplankton crap that all those fish like to eat, and they'll check out that one. That one came out great. All that zooplankton crap gets churned up in the water, and then the smaller fish that eat that start going bananas, chasing it down. That's why if you fish in where the water is flowing in and the wind's picked up into that bank area, a lot of the bait fish will follow that stuff that's getting churned up. And then you have like big bass and stuff. No, the bait fish are going in there. So then they come cruising. I was at my Aunt Kathy's and my cousin Josh's, what was it, last couple summers ago. And it was, our family was staying at the one last hurrah at their lake cabin there. And we had a good time there. Well, my dad and I went down to the dock. He was trying to catch northern, and I was testing lures. And the wind was blowing straight into that dock. And my cousins can vividly see that. But I mean, it was bad, just coming in the huge, I mean, it was like 2-3 footer waves. And so we're such diehard sticks. We were like, we can fish this. And my dad chucking his his live bait out there, and his bobber was just going up and down. And then I was throwing, I think on a Kalen's, there's a video of it somewhere. On a Kalen's, I cracked a couple of crappie, and Kalen's grub about that big. These crappie were coming in right under the dock and that whole area because all that stuff was getting churned up. And the carp were just porpoising. We could just see their backs coming up all around us. And so we were thinking, well, maybe we should throw some corn down there, or, something, a green bean. Yes, I've caught carp on green beans before. They do work. But but it was just, we knew there was no way that with that wind and churning that anything we threw in there was going to work. And too bad we didn't have, because here in Texas, you can use a throw net to catch bait or whatever. If we would have had a throw net, just drop it right in there, could have caught those carps. But I don't know if that's legal or not in Wisconsin, but probably not. But it was good. It was good stuff. So my dad did catch a really nice pike. And I just stuck it out fishing in that wind. I was throwing spinner baits and caught a couple bass and then some more crappie. And then the next day it was really nice out there. The funny thing about going there where my cousins had that, this dude would be, it, he would fly out there and land like a seaplane. We called it El Chapo's plane. And he would fire that thing up and he would take off. Had those skis on the bottom and then he'd land it. And it was so much fun just to heckle and, crack joke. Oh my gosh, did I mess this up? Dang it all. There, oh no, there we go. So we were just cackling up a storm, cracking all these jokes about it. But I was thinking, why in the heck that lake? That was in O'Galley, Wisconsin. What's that? Those fish will hit that tube. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. All right. I did this one with no flash. But that's okay. Well, what do you know? Wow, this thing, I gotta trim it just a little more. This thing came out looking pretty good. As I was saying, well, what do you know? As soon as I trim it, that marabou doesn't go into the trash can. It floats all over the place. I mean, it just goes. There we go. Man, we're cranking these out pretty good. Yeah, there was. I don't know if I ever caught a pike there at O'Galley or not. I know all of us caught huge amounts of crappie. I know I smoked a couple of a bass. That's for sure. Some bass, some on a Mepps size 1 spinner over at this little dock. There was like a little public park, and I was testing some Mepps, and I got a huge strike on a dinky size 1 Mepps. I was trying to catch crappie. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix something here. And I thought I had a muskie. That thing hit and my line was just screaming off the spool. I think I got a video of that too. I do somewhere. Anyway, what it was is right off the dock there, it was like a little fishing pier thing, and this huge carp just smoked my Mepps. And I thought for sure that I'd hit the lottery. I was going to catch a huge muskie. Come on, what is going on here with this? This thing got all tangled up, guys. I'm trying to get it all sorted out. Anyway, so I used my cell phone. I had just real crummy AT&T coverage up there. So I get a call through, and my brother and my cousin Graham are fishing in the town of Durand, Wisconsin. They're fishing, they're on the river fishing for anything. I think mainly pike or maybe some walleye. And they're like, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm over at the park." And well, They were way far away, so they couldn't get there. I needed somebody to come in and help net the fish because I didn't have a net with me, and I didn't know if I had a muskie on here or what. I was like, man, this what's going on? And I couldn't get them to come up, you know. And I was using, I think I had the ultralight because I was throwing this the size 1 MEP spinner. And if you know anything about the ultralight, I don't know if I'm going to get this rethreaded in here or not. Golly. It's just not going in there. Anyway, so I got a hold of my dad and I was like, hey, can you come over and help me out? Come net this fish. He's like, what do you got? I said, I don't know. I think it's either a muskie or a pike. So he zipped over and he brought my nephew Luke. I can't get this, guys. Something's up with this. It's not cranking on there, or it's something stuck in there. Dang it. I'm going to have to go to the green. This is crazy. Anyway, so my dad came over, got the thing netted, and for sure the biggest carp I ever caught in Wisconsin. To that point, the only carp I'd ever caught in Wisconsin. And I got pictures of it and all that good stuff. And my nephew Luke stood next to it because the thing was almost as long as he was. It was as long as he was tall. But we had some great fishing expeditions there. Especially the crappie. Man, it's good stuff. It's crazy, guys. Never would you ever think threading something like this would cause me to have a mental breakdown. And a breakdown during a live stream. I might as well get dental floss and stick it through there. I mean, this is nuts. Come on. Frustration setting in, of course. Come on, get in there. There's like something stuck in there. Yeah, so we don't have that, or they don't have that cabin up there anymore. Man, that's something for me for sure. When I retire, I'm gonna buy something like that up there. Retirement plan's looking really good now, so hopefully that'll work. I don't know if I'm gonna do that in that same area or further north, like maybe up by Minocqua or Hayward, that area of Wisconsin. Or it may be that I just get to know a Airbnb outfit really good and I just rent the thing, you know, go stay there so I'm not having to deal with all that upkeep. But if I retire and I want to live there, then that's a different story. All right. Is this possible that this may work? Are you kidding me? I got this thing to work. Holy cow, I got it. Man. Golly, that took forever. It's crazy. All right, let's get this back in there. Something got stuck in there, that's for sure. Finally, what I did was I just kind of forced it through. telling you, man. Sometimes you're just like, what on earth is going on? But yeah, that's a plan for this summer, is to head up with my buddy Andrew and crack some fish up there by Minocqua for a few days. He's got the ins and outs of all these lakes up there, so we're gonna see what we can get. So definitely there's a good shot to break my PB 18, and I talked about this the other day, my little torpedo 18-inch walleye. Probably a good chance to beat that PB, and then smallmouth, a 19-incher, he says easy to get a 20-incher, 22, 23. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I've never caught a muskie, and he says, well, there's a good chance to get one just trying to fish for the other stuff. He usually gets a couple doing that. And it's not even on like a big bait or anything. He's just like just regular bait, throwing for smallmouth or pike, that pike will come up and hit it too. So that's encouraging. I just hope that the weather's good, and they need some rain up there. All those places need rain. There we go. Let's get this guy on here. Almost put flash on there. I want to do two without flash. All right, that came out really good. I don't know, you guys probably can't see that, they're so small. All right, so we're almost made it through the green. 2 left, and then all I have is orange and white. Making some good progress. I don't know, apparently we're supposed to have in the Farmer's Almanac, didn't they say we were supposed to have like a really fierce winter for the Midwest? And I know around here they said it was going to be a harsh winter. Ours was, I mean, we did have that polar vortex, but for the most part, things were calmed down pretty good. Come on, get over there. There we go. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it's been nice since then, but now we're supposed to have like a really fierce spring with like thunderstorms and tornadoes and all this stuff, but they say that every year. But you know, the thing is, the last couple of years up in Iowa and those places fishing, I got used to and got pretty good at fishing the low water. So we'll see how it goes this year. There we go. There we go. It's a little long there. I have to shrink this dude up. I was tempted to drive up to Iowa for spring break, get some fishing in, find the open water in the little area there. A buddy of mine's been taking pictures. He does a lot of photography, and there's some open water. What? A bunch of this came off. Are you kidding me? There we go. So he's been taking some pictures there, and I was like, man, I can get up there and try to crack some fish, but if a big, cold front comes through and then you lose 2 days, 3, and then before you know it, you got to head back as spring break's over. So, and if I get a chance to do some fishing on the coast and enjoy nice weather every day, I think that'll work. The other thing is I'm thinking about buying a kayak, a new canoe kayak. I've already talked about that quite a bit, but I got to figure out if I can get it shipped to this place over in Lindsay, Texas that could do the modifications for me. Okay, so we're back to the Flash. All right, that one looks good. And we're back on track, man. You only got this one last, and then all we got left is just orange and white. Just plowing through them. These are going to make excellent ice fishing jigs or panfish. Crappie will hit them too. He's lost. He got sucked up in there. I won't have to trim him. All right, guys. Feathers. Give me feathers. From the farm. There we go. Come on, come on. Come on. I've been pulling up the footage of the Mississippi River because that's one of my other adventures for this summer. I talked about that the other night, staying at the Cobblestone Inn in one of the little towns there, and then I've got a sweet spot. And you've seen me fish there before. So I'm going to go back to that. Man, I caught a huge crappie there last year. Even with low water, then I had a pike just completely destroy a Mepps Cyclops. And guess what? Couldn't get him in. As soon as I got him within a couple feet of the rocks, he flipped out. And what do pike always do? Throw the hook. They see shallow water. They see anything, any kind of stuff like that. That's it. End of story. Unless you got him really hooked. Anyway, so he had a chance to break my PB. My PB is 36.5 inches. And this old boy was a beast of a fish. And I sat down and I was like, what just happened? All right, let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's get this in here. What is this? Come on. There we go. I got you this time. There we go. Got our flash. So if you're keeping score at home about what kind of gifts I want for Christmas or birthday, fat-free shad suspending. They don't make them anymore. But you can get them from off of eBay, that's for sure. That's what I'm looking for. Start stockpiling those. Check this out. This dude is mint. Oops. Good stuff right there. All right, guys. I think that's going to wrap it up. I had a good time, except getting frustrated with this stupid bobbin here was acting all nutty, and it's still not doing what it's supposed to do. Dang it, I've got so much thread on here. It's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, so we got the basketball tournament coming up. Let me know what you're doing with that when you get your brackets all set up. I was thinking about doing an NCAA tournament thing on the channel here, because I can do screen capture, and the problem is there may be some copyright stuff with ESPN. Them not, they may not like having their, well, I don't know. I'll have to do some research on there, but I could do some, or I could do a March Madness with fishing lures. Do a bracket of lures and see what we can come up with that. That'd be pretty cool. Get that rolling, and then by the time the tournament's here, I should be able to catch some bass, for crying out loud, in decent numbers. All right, we're going to take one orange one here, and then we're going to hit the road. One orange one, just to get us started in the next to the last one. This is the first step of that next group, and then we're almost got the whole little container done. We'll do some more turkey feather from the old farm on there. But anyway, like I was saying is, man, hopefully by the time we get to the NCAA tournament, if I do like a lure bracket thing for fishing lures or whatever, man, I'm hoping the fish are biting much better by then. All right, let's see what we got. If I can grab one out of here, for crying out loud. Here we go. Straight out of one of our turkey buildings. We're going to use these right here. Yeah, I got these in October when I was up there. Good stuff. There we go. We got our flash. Where'd our flash go? Did I drop it? Yep, I sure did. Let's get this guy right here. I can hear in the background one of my videos. I'm giving a tube tutorial. Cracking a tube. I hadn't thrown a tube yet this winter. I mean, I did in October, but not this winter. It's not really tube. I mean, actually, down here a tube would work really well because just bomb it in there, let it sit there, let the fish stare at it for a while. If they're so lethargic, then they may go over there and take a pop at it. I gotta check eBay because I made a couple of offers on those fat-free shad suspendings. Nothing. Hadn't heard anything back from them, so last time I checked was like at 5 o'clock. Maybe these dudes responded. Check that out. My goal is to get it where I don't ever have to trim them. And I think I got it where I don't have to trim this one. Look at that little guy. Absolutely deadly. Orange head right there. Anything red or orange, as it gets further down, there's less light, it turns to kind of like a brown color. And even at some point, are you kidding me? I just dropped that thing. It'll turn black once it gets way down there. All right, man, mission accomplished. We got a bunch of those done. Let's get the feather back in there. Let's get... Oh my gosh, guys. The carpet over here, all that drift from the marabou. I kept saying, I'm not losing much marabou. It's all down there. All right, so then we still have this big container of them. So we'll start chopping that down once I get through some eyes. I'll start chopping that down once I get those little ones done. Once again, guys, here's my plug for... I don't have any sponsors. I don't take anything, any free stuff from any businesses, but ammo cans, Harbor Freight, super cheap. Keep your eyes peeled, because, man, when these things go on sale, a couple Christmases ago, I got, what, like 5 of them for next to nothing. And so I've got a friend of mine that oops, almost knocked the phone over there. He was the one that tipped me off about him, and I was like, what? I got to get over there. But he bought like 15 of them, and he uses it to store his ammo, obviously, but he buries some of those canisters. I don't want to say he's got like a bunker, but he's not going to care if I tell you that he buries them, but he's got some, there we go. He's got some buried. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up. So went through all the baits, got some orders in. Tomorrow I'm going to head out to a place where the Classic was fished. If you don't know what the Classic is, that's a Bassmasters Super Bowl. Fished at a lake over here. within, I'll give you a hint, 10 years. So I'm going to go check that out. Hopefully there's no campers in there. And hopefully stuff is biting. I got this perfect spot where it's like a bowl. Sand bottom, there'll be some rocks. But on either side, there's a whole bunch of like grass and hydrilla. And I'm going to take my punching rig so I can fish down in that hydrilla. But right on the edge of that, if I run a crankbait through or like that Smithwick, run it right along the edge and just let it stop, or that suspending bomber fat free I just showed you, just let that sit there right on the edge of the grass. Whew, they'll come right out and crush it. That's the plan. But you know how it is, nothing ever goes as you think it's going to go. But anyway, just to get out and have some fun, I'm all for it. But let me show you this. These are the big crappie jigs. This little container is starting to fill up. We need to get a whole bunch more in there. I got to show you a couple that I experimented with way back when. So I got a little body, a little plastic body on there. And then I put the feathers here. And really they're too long. So some of these I need to trim them up a bit. He's looking rough. So then I got some other ones that look really good. I got the Cousin Eddie's. They're still in here. The multicolored crazy ones. 2, 3. So we're filling this box up. I got a couple in here that are just too big, too big of tails on them. Like this guy. We're going to trim him down. There we go. Good stuff. All right, I got to jump out of here and work on some other stuff. But until next time, guys, I'll see you then. Appreciate you hanging out. Just doing these little YouTube recommendations. Hang out, chat, all that good stuff. I don't know. We'll see if it pans out. It can't hurt, really. You know, just get on and chat. I need to do some when I'm out. Maybe tomorrow when I get out to the lake. Do a quick live feed there. If I can find my stinking tripod, then I can set it up and just leave it while I'm fishing. And then do a live stream that way. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. All right, until next time, I'll see you then. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Stay safe. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.